front override, underride, rear, front override, underride, side, bicyclist underride, side, underride, side underride, front override, rear underride, front override.
Wow.
So let's go look at the shop.
Andy Young is an attorney in Ohio and a former truck driver.
And then we also rehab old cars too.
He has represented many families who've lost loved ones in underride accidents. Young is an expert on truck safety. He's testified before Congress and advised the Department of Transportation. Until recently, I hadn't heard this term underride. I don't think most Americans have. Can you explain to me in simple terms what an underride crash is?
Most crashes involve bumper-to-bumper crashes with other vehicles. In a crash where a semi-truck runs a stop sign, cutting off the right-of-way of a trooper vehicle, and the trooper hits the side of the semi, you have this mismatch where the bumpers don't match up. The bumper of the car literally goes underneath it, and the front bumper, which is, we all know, takes the impact, doesn't take the impact. The crumple zones, the airbags and seatbelts don't matter to protect the trooper, and the first point of impact is literally the windshield and then the head and body of the trooper inside the vehicle.
And you see this in your cases, that people take it right to the face.
I see it all the time where the vast majority of them die. The same holds true in a rear underride crash, especially when the car steers out of the way, so the trooper car would steer out of the way, then the first point of impact would be the windshield again.
So even if it doesn't make a complete contact, this kind of corner edge contact can be fatal, can be devastating.
Can be devastating. You have death by blunt trauma, open skull fractures, brain damage, quadriplegia, paraplegia, but frequently I would say that you have fatal crashes.
How long have people been aware of this underride issue?
Arguably, goes back to trolley days. This is an 1896 patent for an underride protection safety guard for a streetcar trolley.
1896.
So it's been 100 years.
Young tells me the first federal regulations meant to prevent underride crashes were made back in the 1950s. The federal government began requiring rear bumpers, or guards, on large trucks and semi-trailers. They were usually made of a few pieces of steel attached to the bottom of the trailer. But there were problems with the regulations. The guards repeatedly failed.
There's no strength testing requirement. It just has to be, quote, something substantial. But there's no testing requirement. What does that mean?
So what I hear you saying is the federal government said you can make them out of whatever you want, basically.
Yes.